Back live in Atlantic City, Bernard Hopkins prepares for what could conceivably be the last fight of his career. When last he fought here in Atlantic City a couple of years ago, it was against Antonio Tarver in a fight which he had firmly established was going to be his farewell ceremony. He was treated to the adoring support of probably the largest pro-Bernard Hopkins crowd ever to fill an arena to watch a fight. He delivered a devastating beatdown of Tarver, which was shocking to those who had made Tarver the betting favorite going into the fight. And he said that he was finished, did what amounted to a farewell tour, had a farewell ceremony at HBO in New York, but then he took a Winky Wright fight, and then he took a Joe Calzaghe fight, and then he said, hey, I'm the right guy to be fighting young Kelly Pavlik. And now tonight, he gets his chance to upend what has become the freight train career of the 26-year-old from Youngstown, Ohio, who has 30 knockouts in 34 wins coming in, but demonstrated against Jermaine Taylor in the second of his 2 wins over Taylor that he is perfectly content to fight his way to a decision victory when it turns out to be the right thing to do. And now let's get ready for the last of our preliminary bouts. Here's the tail of the tape in the featherweight division for Stephen Luevano and Billy Dibb. You see the 4-year age advantage for young Dibb, who hails from Sydney, Australia. Luevano is from Los Angeles. They are both 5 feet 7.5 inches tall. An arm length advantage for the southpaw Luevano of 1.5 inches measured from the armpit to the end of the fist. Billy Dibb is also a southpaw. They both weighed in at the featherweight limit of 126 pounds. Both have rehydrated significantly overnight. 138 for Luevano, 139 for Dibb unofficially. Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Stephen Luevano Billy Dibb fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules that you see on your screen. Jim, once again, 4 criteria that the judges will use to score each individual round: clean punching, effective aggressiveness, ring generalship, and defense, with a strong emphasis on clean, effective punching. Jim.
Joe Frazier's cowboy hat looks good. Roy Jones's Homburg is definitely the best hat of the evening. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of Caesars, Atlantic City, Top Rank Incorporated and Golden Boy Promotions are proud to present World Championship Boxing, sponsored by Corona Extra and Affliction Clothing, sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board and the World Boxing Organization, WBO President Francisco Paco Barcarcel. At ringside, the 3 judges, should this bout go the distance scoring this contest, are Adelaide Bird, Dave Moretti, and Joseph Pasquale. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action, Steve Smoger. And now, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Featherweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red, official weight 126 pounds. His professional record a perfect one: 21 bouts, 21 victories with 11 knockouts. From New South Wales, Australia, the current IBO World Super Featherweight Champion, the challenger tonight, Billy the Kid Dibb. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing silver, officially weighing in at 126 pounds. His professional record, an outstanding one: 35 victories, including 15 knockouts, only 1 defeat, and 1 bout even. From La Puente, California, the reigning, defending WBO Featherweight Champion of the World, Stephen Luevano.
I'm waiting. Are we ready, young man? Should I bring them center forward? Oh, you the man, Michael. All right, gentlemen, you were given your instructions in the dressing room. Please obey my commands, respect the bell, and above all, protect yourself at all times. Billy, as we talked about, a shot right there is good. It's okay. Right there is good, and you're perfect, Stevie. Touch him up. Touch him up. God bless.
Featherweight division, looking for some new stars. Luevano is the top guy in the division right now, as past stars have either retired or moved up in weight. And Billy Dibb, who is a protege of Shane Mosley, is vying to be one of those stars.
Now it's interesting. Billy Dibb is listed on the bout sheet as a southpaw, has been seen in the past as a southpaw, and opens the fight in a conventional stance against Stephen Loeveno. Maybe the southpaw listed. I've seen him fight before, and I was under the impression he's fought as a southpaw, but he looks comfortable in his conventional stance.
You know, his hero and the guy who he speaks to and he idolizes and has constant communication with is Prince Naseem Hamed. So that could account for the fact that Naz used to always go from right-handed to left-handed, punch from all kind of weird angles. So that could possibly be what we could expect for him tonight to some degree. So you may still see him get in the southpaw position.
Or he may be starting in the conventional stance to throw Loeveno off, or maybe he's going to stay with it. Or maybe I'm incorrect and the bout sheet is incorrect and having listed him as a southpaw. We'll figure it out as the fight goes on.
Told us he went to visit Naseem in Sheffield at his big house. Naseem showed up 3 days later.
After saying to him, "I'll be there in a bit." He thought when Naz said, "I'll be there in a bit," that might mean a bit. And what it was a bit more than 2 or 3 days. Two counter punchers by nature, and many had anticipated that the first 2 or 3 rounds might amount to a war of wills. Which one will come forward and try to fight? Loeveno said to us in no uncertain terms, "I'm not going to go after him. He is going to have to come to me so that I can do exactly what you just saw Loeveno do." And firing back effectively.
And also Billy said the same thing, that he was going to fight a very intelligent fight in boxing. But I can tell you what, it's going to be very interesting because the amazing speed and balance of Billy Dibb is something I don't think that Loeveno has had to deal with ever.
Loeveno in his last fight against Mario Santiago of Puerto Rico made, by his own admission, a severe strategic or tactical, take your choice, mistake. He fought Santiago's fight. He wound up holding on to his title belt because of a draw, but he himself uses the word stupid to describe the fight that he fought against Santiago. He was rocked several times in the fight and never managed to revert back to his own counter-punching style.
Dibb doesn't appear to want to get into punching range.
Well, maybe that's the reason why, because Loeveno lands 2 left hands. Stephen Loeveno, when you give him a chance to counterpunch, is very accurate and precise. Dibb talking to Loeveno at the end of the first round. Okay. Talking doesn't win you the round.
What's your round, see? He's got nothing. Just take your time.
Relax, relax, just like that. Just gonna catch him. Jab, quickly, quickly.
Let him come into his own. He's gonna make a mistakes every time. When he comes in, catch him, right? You don't have to rush it. We got 12 rounds. It's just a matter of time, okay? Breathe.
It's ready to use it, all right? It's ready. I know. It's good. It was very good. That's a good feel-out round. Huh? I know, but the feel-out round was good. You comfortable with it? You're doing very well. But don't get caught now. Don't get caught with him below. Don't get caught with him as he comes up straight with you, all right? Billy. Come on, let's go.
Mosley told me a little while ago that before he signed him for Golden Boy Promotions, he sparred with him. And he said to me that he's been better in the gym than I've seen him so far in the ring. Can he bring the best part of him into the ring tonight? You've seen that, Emmanuel, many times, I suppose.
As we say, gym fighters. But what's interesting that Loeveno said that he was going to fight Dibb very much the way that Marco Antonio Barrera fought Prince Naseem Hamed, which was to make him come in, get off balance, out of position, and to counterpunch him. And seems like that's what he's trying to do.
And as Dibb begins round 2, he's still in the conventional stance. I have a helpful email from someone who knows, letting me know that by his understanding, Billy Dib switches constantly from southpaw to conventional and back. Maybe he's just going to stay in the conventional stance against Huevano tonight.
There's a Naseem Hamed move right there.
No knockdown.
Trying to fight like Naseem Hamed without Naseem Hamed's power.
Yeah, that's it.
Seems to me a lost cause.
But actually, once Naz came to America, the guys saw what he was about. He never had any super dramatic success over here, except he had a great fight with Kevin Kelly when he first came. But after that, he had a lot of rough fights. When people were going to fight him in England, they didn't know what to expect. They never saw nothing like that. He was very successful. But once he hit TV in America, everything was difficult for him.
Well, right now, Huevano seems to have him measured, understands what he's trying to do, and has landed the only sharp punches in the fight so far that I've seen.